Crash Course Instrumentation presents episode number 44, Encoders and Indirect Sensing, from Pulses to Speed and Position. Fresh, after EPOM 43, Inductive Sensors. Today we turn pulses into numbers you can trust. We'll cover optical and magnetic encoders, incremental and absolute, and show how to infer speed and position in the real world. Open. Hook. Count the blips. Know the motion. Encoders convert rotation or travel into electrical pulses. Your controller can measure. What an encoder does. Plain English. An encoder is a sensor attached to a shaft or linear guide that outputs electrical signals. Now, every time it moves by a small amount. More pulses per turn or per inch equals higher resolution, fewer pulses, coarser measurement, but often more robust. Incremental encoders, A, B, and index. Incremental encoders output two square wave channels, A and B, shifted in time quadrature. The order of A then B or B then A tells a direction. An optional index, also called Z pulse, marks one reference position per revolution. Controllers often count rising plus falling edges on both channels for a 4x X4 decoding to boost resolution. Electrical flavors. TTL, transistor logic, 5 volt. HTL, high threshold logic, often 24 volt. Open collector, needs a pull-up, or RS422 differential line driver. A plus, A, B plus, B, Z, Z for long, noisy runs. Absolute encoders. Know the angle without homing. An absolute encoder outputs a unique watch code for each position so you know where you are. At power up. Codes may be gray code, only one bit changes at a time, or serial words via SI, synchronous serial interface, BIS, bidirectional synchronous, or field buses like ScanOpen and EtherCAT. Some absolute encoders track multi-turn position using tiny gear trains or energy harvesting counters. No battery change surprises. Optical versus magnetic, and where they fit. Optical encoders use a light source and a coded disk or scale on high resolution and very clean edges, but sensitive to dust, oil, and misalignment. Magnetic encoders use a magnetized wheel scale and Hall, or magnetoresistive sensors, rugged and dust tolerant, with slightly less resolution than top-end optical. Indirect sensing, inference you already use. A attach pickup, gear tooth, optical slot or reflective mark, produces pulses per revolution. Divide pulses by time to get speed. A lead screw with known pitch turns pulse counts into one linear position. Backlash and slip add error, home to a hard reference, switch when precision matters. A turbine flowmeter outputs a frequency proportional to flow, integrate pulses for totalized volume. Mounting and mechanics, where accuracy lives. Use rigid mounts and flexible couplers to avoid bending encoder shafts. Align carefully, run out, and and play. Create jitter in counts. Keep optical windows clean. Use unsealed or magnetic types in dirty environments. Wiring and signal integrity. For long cables, use a differential RS422 outputs and want twisted pairs. Route away from variable frequency drive and motor leads. Terminate shields per your plant standard. Avoid ground loops. Use proper time pull-ups for open collector outputs. If your input can't count frequency, add a tune frequency to voltage, F2V, or frequency to current module to get a 4 to 20 milliamp signals. Controller math, turning pulses into numbers. So speed, RPM of pulses per second x 60 pulses per revolution. Lower update windows reduce lag, but increase jitter, average wisely, position, counts, shana counts per rev, x, screw turns per inch, achkin inches. Add a home cycle to kill accumulated errors. Mini lab, safe and simple. Tape a small but reflective marker on a fan hub. Aim a photo interrupter or reflective sensor to create pulses. Watch a frequency rise with speed. Spin a simple 2-channel encoder and display A-B on a scope or logic display. Flip rotation and observe the quadrature swap. Troubleshooting field realities. Missing counts, cable breaks, noise spikes, or input too slow. Use on line drivers. Shorten cables or raise input or filter bandwidth. Wrong direction, A, B swapped or quadrature. Setting wrong. Swap channels or change the configuration. Dirty optics, erratic edges, clean or switch to magnetic. Index never seen, Z, not wired or input not expecting. Narrow an index. Stretch the pulse in software or use a capture mud input. History nugget, memorable. Engineers adopted gray code. In early encoders, so only 1 bit changed at a time, reducing misreads between positions and making absolute encoders robust at speed. Wrap up what to remember. Incremental encoders give A, Beta pulses. You count. Absolute encoders give the sham position directly. Choose optical for clean, high resolution. Choose magnetic for rugged environments. Mount rigidly, wire differentially, and always plan a home reference strategy for reliable numbers, credits, and CTA. Huge thanks to Tony Kupalt and the open source community for the instructional models behind Crash Course Instrumentation. If this helped, please like the video, subscribe to Crash Course Instrumentation, and share with a classmate or coworker.